Hey, good morning. Today is September the 7th on a Tuesday. And as you can see, I'm just sitting outside here on the balcony. I am in Irving, Texas, Dallas, Texas, with my daughter, Sumayah. And so I just decided to come outside. It's a nice little day out. Having some nice little fresh watermelon and just brought me some stuff out here to study and to read while I sit out here and just enjoy Mother Nature. Well, today I decided to draw another dress. And again, this is all rights reserved. I would like to open the bid for about $1 million. It is it can be, I had like two different versions of one. First, as you can see in the top here, the little round areas are just cleavage. I'm not a great artist, but I can sketch pretty well. And so the round areas at the top would be just where the cleavage would be out for a woman who really wants a really nice, sexy night on the town, or just want to be a very sexy, but somewhat classy. Not too much cleavage, but a lot. Sometimes it's okay. We like to show cleavage, and I think that's okay. And so this is a very sexy dress for the person who like to show off their who assets may be at the top. Because we all, as women, have different parts of our body as our greatest asset. And for some, it's their legs. For others, it may be their boobs, their waistline, their hips, their butt, or whatever it is. So, but anyways, just here it kind of situates your boobs right here. Now, the top part is just a drape. And that drape can be however you envision it to be, but it's just like a drape, like curtains are supposed to be. It's supposed to be a piece of cloth that's kind of have a few layers, just drape, again, like a curtain would be. So that's a drape, and it can be, whether you do hand beads or fabric, it would be quite all right. I actually drew the inspiration from a dress that I had, and my drape was hand beaded. So it's kind of a really heavy hand beaded dress. That's why I drew that inspiration from. And it is a drape. Now you see where the top part has like shaded areas, the lines that are going downward. Those also, I left that there. That can be it can just be the color of your fabric if you want to just create the design like that, something as simple as that. Or it can be kind of like hanging tassels, or not necessarily tassels, but icicles, like how you have them on the Christmas tree, how they hang down, or just fringes, something really light, glittery fringes, movable. So my envision was to make those very movable, like some type of real shiny crystal Australian, really lightweight, tiny beads, or crystal or strings, but just a movable. That's why I left these little strings like this. I left some long intentionally, trying to create that illusion that they are to be movable and just shiny crystal. But again, if you know how to, and it don't necessarily have to be shiny crystal, it could just be anything, but if you know how to draw on top of fabric, then you can also take this and just make it some artwork on top of a fabric. Don't necessarily have to be movement. This is, you use your own creativity to bring it out, to make this dress pop however you wish. So it can be just some artwork on top of fabric as well. And so as we move on down here to this part, I intentionally left that area clear because I wanted to, as with my body, I like to insinuate my hips. So me leaving that area clear leaves the eye, makes the eye focus right there on that point, on that area, because this is my asset, is my hips right here. So I like to insinuate the small waistline with the big hips. So again, that's where I want to draw my focus point. I have a couple focus points actually. I have the boobs, as most people know. I like to make my boobs pop, but my focus point, I like my hips and my waistline. So I left it clear so that would be if somebody just took a 10-second glance at it, that's the first thing they're going to see, and that's the first thing that's going to make this dress pop, and that's the first thing that's going to show off the sex appeal and this woman's curvaceous body by making a total disconnect from the design. So I wanted a total disconnect, nothing here, just a total disconnect there. And I wanted to insinuate the hips there. Now, looking at this, I didn't do this intentionally, but looking at this, there is another gap. Look, almost like an upside down pyramid right here, which is really cool. That just kind of, without, again, that wasn't my intention, but I like it now that I see it. So that's for any woman. That's kind of like a little teaser there for a man, because this dress is supposed to be very sexy. I got a little lump in here. Where did that come from? But hold on, let's see. Trying to see where it is. Just here, little, look like some knot there or something. But and I don't see. Oh, I see it's coming from the second page here. Like a little bump or something there. But nevertheless, this dress here, that is not supposed to be there. Almost look like something else, but this shouldn't be there. But anyways, this here dress here is for a woman. That's kind of like, if you leave that area kind of clear also, it almost kind of like a teaser for a man, you know, kind of like, you know, that's what we go out for women. When we go out, we want to be, especially as single ladies, we want to be very sexy and very modestly seductive, very modestly seductive like. And so that's another focus point. If a man, if you walk into a room and a man see you in that dress, he gonna be like wondering. So that design came up. It's actually pretty cool that is there, because again, that probably be for that man that's interested and he's wondering. That's going to take his mind a million miles away, and that's okay, because that's what single women do. That's why we dress up and get all beauty and glamify, because we want, especially when we go to the club, for us that are single, we are hoping to find our handsome prince. And so that dress just may do it for you right there. That focus point there right there. Now also, with these lines on this dress, where the hips, where it starts right around here, these lines here, as you can see, I have some little dark areas, so they're light and dark, and some little spot dark areas right here. To me, that also give that dress some movement, give those designs movement. So if you wanted to make it a beaded dress, or if you want to do, or just make some artwork on the fabric, what it does is give the illusion of movement. And so when you walk, ladies, you want to put on that Tyra Banks walk. You want to put that little model chick walk on. You want to walk like that real graceful black stallion. You want to put one foot in front of the other, because the dress is going to make you do it, because it's kind of slender once you get past your hips. It's kind of slender, and so it's going to give you that sway back and forth. I mean, sideways, side to side. And so it's going to give you a little movement. And so this here design, this here pattern, these little dark spots here also create the illusion of movement. And just think, if it was like some light glitter mixed with dark glitter, oh my God, that is going to say, oh, here she come, like that. And so again, that dress right there, that would be definitely a showstopper right here. This is definitely the dress for you. If you are out in the club and you want all eyes on you, then I think this dress here, especially with the beaded, if it was hand beaded, or if it has some movement to it, or if the artist can create that illusion through paint, then this dress would definitely be the dress for you. Now, as you can see right here, and I'm going to kind of turn it a little bit like this, okay, so you can see it. Now what you see here is, I did two versions of this dress. One side, I left it for an evening gown. If you can kind of visualize that, and it's just a long evening gown. Maybe you're going to a Who's event. Maybe you are going to a formal dinner or something like that, or maybe a high society dance or anything. So then I left this side here to be just as is, as you see this dress here. So it can be an evening gown just like that, as you can see. And again, these little stripes on the dress, again, it kind of like ends almost where your contour will stop, right there, almost at the, right before you get to the knee, or right at the knee of the leg. It kind of ends there. Again, that's just to accentuate your body figure, your contour. Now over on this side, I'm not a great artist, but on this side, I tried to make it look, this dress fit for a wedding gown as well. And so as you can see here, I did the long train, and that is for the wedding gown right there. put a lot of detail on this side here with a pencil, so you could create this however you wanted. If you wanted feathers, whether you wanted ruffles, or maybe you just want, again, some beads or trimmings. This is totally up to you. So I just kind of left that there so that you can do it however you want. It's just a dress in which you can take it and put your own imagination in this, put your own visualization to this dress and your own creativity in this dress, and you could do it yourself. As you can see here, and we still have those lines within this dress right through here, so it's still kind of like accentuate, even though it has this train, it still accentuates your body all the way down. I'm kind of reluctant to show you my nails because I didn't get them done yet, and so but still it accentuates your body all the way down on top of the train, as you can see here. And so here you have it, another creation and design by Sumayah. Better known Peaches to the family, and Sumayah to everybody else. And this is a dress I put all rights reserved. It is for sale. Open bid at $1 million. It's a wedding and an evening gown version. Today is September the 7th. I say that because these designers and everyone, the Chambers has sold me into slavery electronically, and all that have access or stealing my ideas before I can get to them, before I can manifest them, and my drawings and whatever. So they are being stolen. So if you see a dress similar to this, and we all know this is kind of like a basic kind of shape, you know, where the mermaid style dresses, but it's more than just the mermaid style type of dresses. This is my creativity. This is the way I envision, the way I see it. My design, custom design. Everything is all custom here. And as with most dressmakers, they start out with a form. They have 5, 6, 7 different forms, and they just put their own creativity to it. So I didn't necessarily use a form, but just an event, and just so you know. And so this is a custom design by Sumayah. I am describing what I see in this dress. I wish to reserve all rights to this dress. It is my idea, and I do plan on selling this. This will be the second one. So this is the second one. As you can see, I am just kind of loaded with creativity, creation, creative ideas, from the fried cakes to clothing to hair to reading, whatever it is. I like to invest in myself. I like to add to myself. I like to become a better version of myself. So I use my time very wisely. Even in my doing nothing, although I feel like I am a prisoner because I am blocked from working and making money and my livelihood and my regular home environment. So even within that stage, I still like to be productive. So this is my way of being very productive, very useful, creative, alive. That's what it is, alive. I believe someone heard me say this once before, and it is in my materials, reading materials and audio materials. I said that sometimes, and those who wish to copy and steal all my ideas are holding me hostage for this purpose too. I said sometimes your success, some think success is like this, and then others are like, well, success is like this actually. That is success. And sometimes when you hear this is your greatest point, when you're at your lowest, and I am truly at my lowest, so this to me is success. I am at my lowest as far as financial, as far as the availability of what I have right now in my account, which is only a few dollars. My finances, the fact that I don't have transportation or a car or nothing, and I'm so used to so much more, but it's been taken away from me. I believe by those chamber members, by all of those who wish to steal my ideas And they heard me say that that is when you're at your greatest creative ways right here. That is when you're at your richest within ideas. So I believe that those hearing that, knowing that's the way I feel, are trying to push that out of me because they're still stealing ideas and different, yeah, it's just stealing ideas from me. So some intentionally put me there because that's the way I felt. That's the way, again, that's what I put out there. And so now they want to see if they get you at your lowest, what else is you going to come up with? Sometimes I'm very reluctant to do anything, knowing that that's the reason why some have me here and are depriving me from working. Took me away in America, the land that we're supposed to be the greatest land in America, the land of opportunities, milk and honey, all this stuff they say about America is not true according to what I'm experiencing. I've been working like a Hebrew slave all my life. I work up to 24 hours sometimes a day as a hairdresser. And hairdressers, y'all can contest to this because you know the long hours we keep. Imagine your salon being a walk-in salon and you can take 50, 60 clients a day. For a hairdresser, they saying this, that's unthinkable. That is unthinkable for hairdressers. For some hairdressers, taking 40, 50 clients a day, no appointments. So I'm really working a manufacturer, a production line, or this and that. So I am working sometimes 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day, 24 hours a day, 12 hours a day, my 8 hour shift is 16 hours a day. That's a norm, 8 hour day for me. So I worked this way all of my life. I was doing hair before I went to beauty school. I got my license out of high school in the 11th and 12th grade. It's where I studied cosmetology. So when I walk across stage with my high school diploma at West County Technical High School, which is a magnet school, when I walk across stage to get my diploma for my graduation, I also had already taken the state exam to become a cosmetologist. So I have my cosmetology license and my graduation from high school certificate at the exact same time. I was given both of those. And so I've been doing hair all of my life. Like I said, I've been doing hair before the 11th grade too. So that was like 15. I've been doing hair 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. I've been doing hair, making good money. So imagine never asking the government for nothing, never getting a grant or a loan, and you open up your own salon, having a chain of them. At this point, I had 3 salons, and you pay for your own houses, contract for deed, both of them contract for deed. I paid for a pool to be installed in my house within 3 months. I paid it off, when most people take 30 years to pay it off. And so I did all of this about a brand new Hummer truck. I bought it in '05. It's an '06 though, but I purchased it in '05, the first to drive it on the road. And yet all of it just for gaming, or those who sold me into slavery electronically, and those chambers who started all of this, selling all of my, basically what they did was put me under illegal surveillance. Surveillance now is being sold as a way of profiting, stealing one's ideas and competitiveness. And so imagine everything you work so hard for. And my salon opens 7 days a week, no appointments, 7 days a week. We close 3 days out the year, Easter being one, 4th of July being the next. And so we close 3 days out of the year, Christmas, Easter, I think 4th of July, something like that. And then just imagine someone coming in after all your 20, 30 years, 40 years of work, everything that you accumulated all your life, and just for someone, those who haven't access to this surveillance or illegal surveillance, just come and just take your stuff. Just take it. No rhyme, no reason, no nothing. Just take it. Just imagine going on vacation or coming home and somebody just took your house and there's nothing you can do about it. All your clothing, all of your shoes, all of your worldly assets, everything is just tied up in your house. All your important documents, your furniture, just everything in your house. Just imagine that. And then there's nothing you can do about it because the law is one of the ones who took it. And then there's nothing you can do about it. And this is, we're talking about right here in America. It's the law that stole the house. It's the law that's supporting gaming. It is the law that has put me here. According to a white girl that came into my salon, she said that it is the feds and the law enforcement and the judges that are the ones that are doing it, because she works for a law firm. And this is, I get this information from a white girl. She works for an attorney's office, and she said it is the judges, the federal judges, the law enforcement, and the attorneys in America that's doing this to me. And she did it in a way of an indirect threat. Matter of fact, her exact words is that snitches get found in ditches. So imagine that. Imagine that. I didn't know Las Vegas was so racist. One of the racist places on planet Earth. And all those homeless people that you see out there, or their homes and everything has been intentionally taken away from them by these same judges who said, by the same judges that have done me like this in Las Vegas, who have taken and are taking the lives of black powerful women, or black women who are very successful, just black women that they intimidate and that they fear. So these are some of the judges that who have done this to us. So again, I didn't know Las Vegas was that racist. This is like 1930, 1940. But you know what? It's just material stuff. I tell myself every day, I still continue to write to the courts, but if they decide to continue to keep playing dumb and not listening and not helping me, not allowing me to work, so what else do you do? So I'm here with my daughter, and I just bring out the best in me in other ways. But that best in me in other ways could be them also trying to steal my ideas. It could be them putting me here also just to take these little 2-cent ideas. All they have to do is pay me for it. I'd give it to them. I'm asking, starting at $1 million here, being that I am a global digital figure, a global target, media targeted. Sure, I'm going to open up the bids with a high, a $1 million bid. But nevertheless, I don't want to get too far off track. But I just was trying to give you a little bit insight about Sumayah. This here video is to be sold with a dress. As with the first video, that is to be sold with a dress. All rights are reserved. And again, this is Sumayah Hodges. This is better known as Peaches to her family. And this is the evening gown that I drew just not even an hour ago, not even a half hour ago, that I just completed. I hope all are having a wonderful day, and I shall chat with you soon.